Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Ladi. So today I'm going to talking about when you do need to have a look to someone from your family after a drama, or when you do need to have a look to someone to your family because of the mental health. So guys, I'm going to talking about my own experience. So I grew up with two of my parents, and I grew up also with my older sister, and I got a little brother. So my family was okay. It was not like the best family ever. So one day after school, me and my older sister, we was in the living room, and my little brother was in his room. It was playing in my sister room and my own room. And after a while, we just hear like someone ring from the door. So we just been to open the door, and that person starts to scream and was saying like, "Your brother fell out from the window. Your brother fell out from the window." Oh my God, guys, on that time of my life, my heart just start to check like has never my heart was checking before. And also my parents was in the house as well. So my dad started to panic. He started to scream, and him body was start to checking, and he couldn't even like breathe properly. He started to put some clothes because the ambulance was coming, the police was coming, and downstairs, all my neighborhood was downstairs, and I was feeling extremely. I was really worried about my brother, because obviously on that time he was living in the building, and we was living like in the third floor. So imagine guys, my brother fell out from the third floor. Thanks God, when we been, I didn't been outside, and also my dad asked us to stay in house in the apartment, because all the policemen and all the ambulance and all the neighborhood was outside to look at the situation. And obviously on that time of my life, I was just 16, I was in high school, and so I stay in the flat, and my dad been downstairs, and my mom too, and my mom started to scream. Obviously she started to cry. So it was really horrible situation for everyone in the family. And thanks God, as I say, my brother was still in life. But imagine he just fell out from the third floor, guys, from the third floor. So he could just die straight away, but thanks God he didn't. So what happened is, after that, obviously he stayed 2 years in the hospital. 2 years in the hospital, guys. And after 2 years, he didn't come back at home straight away, because obviously what's happened is, from the moment he fall out from the window, so the social assistant start to do some investigation, and even the police from the city where I was to live, they start to do some investigation about all my family. They start to ask us like many question. They didn't start to ask us many question after the day after that drama. They just start to come like I think one day after, when my brother was like fell out from the window. And after that, it was a long process, guys, seriously, because as I say, he stayed 2 years in the hospital. He could speak, everything was okay, all him brain was okay, but they keep him like 2 years in the hospital to make sure like him brain is okay, him body is okay, he can speak properly, he can work properly, because after this big accident, what's happened is, some people they feel okay, but after a couple of months they can just have like a cardiac attack, or you can just like never wake up the day after one day. So so that's why they keep him like 2 years to do like a lot of like radiography, to do like a lot of tests in him body, in him brain, to make sure everything is okay. So for us at home, after this trauma, it was extremely difficult, seriously, guys. So obviously my family was we was like, okay, we grew up with two of the parents. We grew up in suburb. We was living like in the building in kind of sensitive area in France, and we wasn't not like a poor family, but we was like a really like a medium class. So my family got like enough money to send us to school and to eat properly and to buy some clothes for us. But what's happened is also my family, obviously my two of my parents, they born in Africa and they grew up in Africa. They never been to school. They got such really hard life, and also they got this education really hard school, really like old school. So my family, my parents' generation, obviously, when they was grew up with them parents, it mean like when they was doing like something with nonsense, and them parents was to beat us. Them parents was to really like beat us a lot. So what they does is they was just repeat this kind of education. It mean like when we was not like right, when we was not like straight as they wanted, they just like bet us all the time with a bet, and we sometimes there was kick us with even them harm and everything. So obviously I grew up on that way. My parents was to kick me. Obviously they was kicking me, they was kicking my brother, they was kicking my older sister as well. So we grew up in this kind of way. It's not the best way, and also nobody is perfect. There is not a perfect family, but my family was kind of like it's like a sensitive family. I grew up like that. As I say, the police start to do like some investigation, the social assistants start to do some investigation, and they try to know how come everybody was at home, and how come my brother was playing in my sister room and in my room. How come he fell out from the window? What make him fall out from the window? And what make him fall out from the window is my brother, obviously he's like a really like not really turbulent boy, but obviously when you grew up with this kind of parents, it mean like when you're not like right, they just bet you. They don't really communicate with you. The only way they communicate with you when you do something with nonsense is just to kick you. So my brother, of course, when you grow up with this kind of parents, I mean your mental health is not the best ever. So maybe my brother, I mean for sure my brother gets really sensitive like a personality because of that, because we grew up with this kind of parents, obviously. And as I say, he was not the perfect boy, and so he was doing a lot of things at school. It was like a turbulent at school, so he was doing like some stuff with no sense. And I think on that day when he fell out from the window is on the same day the school was calling my dad to say like he was doing like something with nonsense again. And I think in him mind, he was really afraid about like him teacher will like write down something in like a book, or maybe him teacher will call my parents to say to us like your son do something with nonsense again. So it was really afraid about that. So it was playing in my sister room and in my room, as I say, and we don't know what's happened to him. Maybe he heard like my dad voice or my mom voice was calling him to ask him maybe to justify why he was doing something with no sense at school again. So it was extremely afraid about that. And what's happened is he was playing in my room, and we don't know what's happened to him. He just like jump out from the window. Obviously he just jumped out from the window by himself. So police was saying like he fell out from the window, everyone was saying like he fell out from the window. But after investigation, after the social investigation, after the policeman investigation, they just discovered, because they asked him like medication as well, and he was telling to the policeman and the social assistant this story happened to him at school. He was doing something with nonsense. He just tried to escape. He's just tried to escape the situation. He just tried to escape my parents, obviously, and he just jumped by himself from the window. So on that time of him life, I think my brother, if I remember properly, it was like between 8 and 9. So it was extremely young. When you're 8 and 9, you don't think about the big danger. You don't think about like the craziness of jump from the window. And obviously he was living in that building on the 3rd floor. He didn't thinking about that, and also he didn't thinking about all the things will happen to us like a family. On the moment he decided to jump out from the window. So it was really hard. It was the most tough moment of my life as a teenager, seriously. Because my brother was in hospital for 2 years, and after 2 years the social assistant from France and the police was doing some investigation about my family. So when they just discovered that my brother was kind of really scared about my parents, because they was like bet him, but was kicking him sometime when he was not like right, was he was not like got the right comportment at school, and even when he was not got like the right comportment. So after the judge decided to put my brother in the special house with the children who got like some violent problem, or with the children who got like the sensitive social environment. So it was like a second drama for my family, guys. It was like a long process, guys, for my family. That drama just destroyed my family, and my family was not, as I say, the best family ever. And that situation just destroyed us, destroyed my parents, and put my parents in really sensitive situation, and put my parents and my mental health parents a little bit more down. So it was a long process for us. As I say, we was not like a rich family. We was on. So what happened is my parents fight for 3 years for my parents, because obviously they just take a lawyer and they just fight with the French government to keep my brother back from her family. So it took us 3 years, guys. So it was extremely stressful for us, because as I say, my parents was not that kind of person speak to us and explain to us everything. They never talk, guys. I grew up in this family like really like weird. My parents never talk to us, you know. We never have like some deep conversation. Each time they was talking to us is because we was doing something with no sense. So the only thing they were saying to us is like, they was complaining about them life, how they grew up, where they born in Africa, and how they got such like hard life, and how they fight for us, to make us have the best life ever and get out from Africa, because many things was happened to us there, just not because there was like with a lot of lack of food, a lot of lack of money or something like that, but they just got some problem with them family over there. So they was fighting to give to us the best life ever. So the best life for us is mean like you got a house, you got like your clothes, you go into school, you got like your 3 meals, so you're supposed to be happy. So it's not because your children got a house, got to like a clothes and sleep in the bed, like it's mean like they happy. Because as I say, my parents was like kick us, we was kicking us each time we was doing like we was in trouble at school, or each time it was not like really how like straight. So we was kick us, and also we was not like some people communicate, as I say, explain to us and blah blah blah. So it was not like the best education, so we couldn't really be happy on that kind of circumstance, because we grew up with a lot of violence. Obviously there was extremely violence with us. The only way they communicate with us was by to be like a violence. So my parents, for us having like nice life, it was like something like that. So they fight with the French government, obviously, and after 3 years and spending a lot of money with a lawyer, and my brother back home. But when he back home, it was not the same. And before that step, he back home, we was visiting him on that social house where he was planted by the Jews. We was visit him like two time during the weekend, and it was such a long way from the suburb where I was to live. And my parents, they never drive, obviously. We was asking somebody else, one of my older cousin, to drive us. It was about like a 3-hour drive, and 3-hour drive go and 3-hour drive back. So my cousin was a really nice young guy, so it was drive us. Sometimes he was asking somebody else. So it was really long way, and thanks God we got to support by the family. 3 years fight, my parents bring back my brother at home, but when he come back, he was not the same, as I say. And me and my sister, we do need to have a look at him all the time, because after this drama, as I say, he didn't fall out from the window, he just jumped from the window by himself. So we was found like he tried to kill himself, obviously, because we grew up in this sensitive environment, in this violence environment. So my brother was scared and he just tried to kill himself. This is the conclusion come out after investigation, after the social investigation, after the police investigation. So they just put that on their mindset, of my parents' mindset. So when he come back, it was not the same. It was kind of like a weird. It was much quiet, obviously, and he didn't really like got this energy it was having before, and he didn't really talk a lot, and he was really scared about like he will like doing and start again what he was doing before. Like if something wrong, he just gonna decide to jump and try to jump out from the window. So my parents was extremely scared about that, and me and my sister, we grew up on that really tough environment. Like we do need to have a look to my brother all the time. Sometimes when we're not sawing him like in the living room, sometimes when we don't like hear him, or when we don't like saw him in him room, we were so scared like he get out from the window again. So it was extremely tough for me and my sister. So it was really, really, really hard. It was the most tough moment of my life as a teenager, seriously. When you grow up with someone in your family, it can be one of your parents or maybe one of your grandparents got like Alzheimer. When you do need to have a look to this kind of people, got this kind of sickness like mental health or Alzheimer or something like that. So after this situation, it just make my brother mental health even more fragile and fragile. It just make my brother personality even more like really, really sensitive, because he was feeling like really, really abandoned by my parents, and we don't know what happened to him when he was on that house for the children got some sensitive problem with the family. Some children got like some violence situation with the family. We don't know what they were saying to him. We don't know what the social assistant was saying to him. We don't know what the police was saying to him. We don't know which kind of feeling was in him head when he was in hospital for 2 years. One day what's happened, he just decided to get out from the family house. He was 18. He decided to get out from the family house. He didn't tell anyone. We just wake up in the morning and my dad was screaming in him and say to him, why are you going? You're not going anywhere. And he just say like, I'm going, I'm leaving this place. So that's how my brother leave us, and he never come back after that. He was the first one to get out from the house. We are like African family, and obviously when you decide to get out from your parent place, normally in my parents' culture, in my education, is because you're going to be married. It's not because like you like adult enough and you're going to take your independence. So this is the way my brother get out from the family house, and we didn't have any news from him after 1 year on that moment when he get out from my family place. So guys, seriously, it's extremely hard when you're teenager and when you grew up in this kind of sensitive family. You grew up and you got a drama in your family. This kind of trauma is extremely bad to grow up and to keep your mindset really clear, seriously. This situation, I was feeling really bad, as I say, but I was feeling also prisoner. I was feeling like a prisoner in my own family. I was feeling prisoner in my brother situation, in my brother mental health, because I do need to have a look at him all the time. We were all the time scared, and my parents was even more scared. Even they wasn't not the best parents ever, seriously. They wasn't not the best parents ever. But as I say, it's not easy to be parents, and it's not even their fault, because they didn't got this strongness to see something beyond and to do something else than the education they got. They just repeat the way they was grew up. So they was not enough strong and enough powerful to thinking about by themselves and to say like, this is not right. I'm not going to give to my children this education. I'm not going to kick my children. I'm going to speak with my children and explain to my children everything. They didn't got this power. It's not their fault. I'm not blaming us for that. That is not the best family. That is not a dream family. That is not the perfect family. It doesn't really exist. But I'm just to say, guys, when you're teenager, when you're young adult, and when you do need to have a look to someone, to your family, I know it's not easy. When your drama happen to your family, when a drama is about to destroy your family, it's not easy. And the best way, I think, for you you need to find someone you feel like enough comfortable. You need to feel to find someone you really trust, to talking about that situation make you feel sad, that situation make you feel bad, because you do need to have a look to someone in your family with a mental health. You need to find someone, you need to find the best friend, you need to find a mentor, or the best ever is like communicate with your family. I didn't communicate with my family about that. I didn't even communicate with my sister about that. And even we just talking about that right now on that step of my life. And this happened like 15 years ago. So the best way really is to talking about that with someone. I was talking about that with someone when I was teenager, because I was screaming, I was feeling extremely bad inside to myself, seriously, extremely bad. And I think I was really like blaming my brother for that situation. I was hating my brother because he made us on that situation. Because the moment he decided to get out from the window, the moment he decided to fall out from the window, that moment destroyed my family for many years. So just to say, guys, seriously, when you're teenager on that young age, you need to talking about that kind of situation. I'm just here like to tell you, you're not alone. We are many like a billion people, seriously, got this kind of situation on them family. And it's not because of your ethnicity, it's not because of your culture, seriously. It's happened to everyone. It's happened to everyone. It's happened to all the class. It's happened to the person with a high class, it's happened to the person with a middle class, it's happened to the poor people, it's happened to black people, it's happened to white people, it's happened to Asian people. Everyone can got this kind of situation in one family. The best situation is like stay strong, seriously, stay strong. Don't blame your family. Never blame your family. Be proud about your family. My family is much better because we just learn with experience life. We just learn with the years about all the mistakes and about everything happened in the past, and we communicate much better. It's still like with family, we not communicate like, you know, a lot, but it's much better than when I was like a teenager, seriously, guys. And my brother is still here. After many years, he come back to us. Finally, he speak to us. He's not perfect. He's not like a perfect mentally, but he's still okay. He's still here. He fight with himself. He's fight to getting better, and he come back to us. And so guys, just to say, like, you are not alone living a drama in your family. You are not alone being like kicked by one of your parents. You're not alone living like in the sensitive and in the violent social environment. You are not alone, and there is not a shame. You don't need to feel ashamed. There is not a shame to have, seriously. You can talking about that with someone you really trust, because you need to talking about that and you need to communicate with your family. Thank you so much, guys. If you really live this kind of situation, if you really live a drama with your family, just put me that in the comment. And if you like this subject, you can just put your span up. And if you want to hear about my next subject, just put just subscribe right now. Thank you so much, guys. I kiss you a lot. Bye.